Hello everyone, and welcome to the final day of Daily Valhalla. Well, final day, later due to sickness and issues and all sorts of things, but we're still gonna finish this out. We're still gonna play the end of the game on the final day. We must persevere. Happy New Year! May all your wishes come true in a new bountiful year filled with health and joy. I'll leave the closet open in case you want to hide from the noise. Thanks. Sometimes Kingston needs to hide from noise. When there's too many people, he doesn't like to deal with all. Too many people he doesn't know. Sometimes he'll still come up and meow at people and say hi, but he's not like too afraid of people. He's definitely friendly. He's gonna warm up to people. When there's a lot of them, not in the mood. Doesn't want to deal with it. The augmented eye is down for maintenance. Well, what's over here? Thank you. Admin, we wanted to stop the epic memeing for a while just to say thank you. Big thanks to each and every one of you who bought this game. Thank you for reaching up to this point into the game. Thanks for all your tweeting, all your questioning through Tumblr, all the emails, etc. Even though we couldn't answer every single thing, we can't stress how much we appreciate all the messages we got. Thank you very much. The road was rocky. Things weren't as smooth as we had hoped around the end of development. We even had some people actively trying to sabotage our work. Ugh. But like Big Match John, we beat the odds and kicked out of the two. Burr. Thanks for reading out through all of my nonsense. Hope it wasn't too heavy-handed. Sukuban, let's fill the world with badass cuties. This thread is closed. I like this here. Weird message. Weird message indeed. What a wonderful game, I think. Let's head to our final day. Well, let's see. Jill's in the back getting everything ready. I'll go grab some food I've ordered. They only agreed to work on New Year's if I went to pick it up myself. Are you alright? I'm scared. That makes sense. Gaby's gonna show up any minute. Drink something, maybe it'll cheer you up. Maybe. Keep your chin up. If you get through this, I'll give you, I don't know, a hug. Does that work? A hug? A hug from boss? A big one. Reward for after everything's said and done. Gotta go. You can do it. Right? Everything's fine. Face it head on. Apply directly to the forehead. I think it'll be better after I talk to Gaby. Boss might even give me a hug. There we go. Things to look forward to. Hi, Gaby. Come in. Excuse me. Welcome to Valhalla. Hey. You talk first. No, well, some days ago I got a letter. And even odder than getting a letter, it's the fact that it was from your sister. A what? My sister sent you a letter? That's the first I've heard of it. What did it say? I don't know, I never opened it. At least not until now. I figured I should read it with you. Yeah, let's do it. Let's read it. Determination. Let's open up this letter from the start of the game. Sorry. Just that? Yep. Isn't there anything else in the letter? Maybe on the back? This is just like your sister. I spent days worried about this letter, not wanting to open it for fear of what it might contain. I lost sleep and appetite thinking about it, and after all those worries, after all those problems, after all these years not talking to her, she sends me a letter. A fucking letter of all things. She just says sorry? Sorry for what? For our fight? For not talking all these years? Ah, now I'm fucking pissed. Are you laughing? Sorry, I remembered all the times my sis provoked you that way. Like the time when she gave you chocolates labeled 1, 2, and 4 during Valentine's. Where's number 3? That time when you left an unopened beer bottle on the table, she sneakily opened it and took a sip. Didn't tell you she did it and you were confused all day long. Just little things. Harmless pranks. Maybe she was being sincere though. She'd expressed to me that she was sorry on more than one occasion. Told me she died from localized nanomachine rejection, right? In her heart, yeah. Instead of the massive rejection that always makes the news, her case was more focused. They usually amputate or replace the part and call it a day. But organs are different. The condition made her susceptible to transplant rejections. Not to mention, artificial hearts and genetic transplants were out of the question. Thing is, apparently, she suffered that since she was 18, but kept it a secret from everyone. Hell if I know. I was angry to learn that she hid it. Right? Why didn't she tell me? Was it to avoid worrying me? Was she ashamed? What was it? Wait, how did she live so normally then? She had to use a serum. Shots near her heart every 3 days. Apparently the serum burns like hell. The shot even left her a nasty mark when she had to apply them. So the thing near her left breast wasn't a birthmark? Gasp. The rejection was what ended up killing her? The nanomachine rejection was what ended up killing her, but they couldn't find what made her so vulnerable. The doctor said she might have missed a shot, or the shots made her other defenses grow weaker. The condition could have just gone nuts out of nowhere, or maybe it was blood pressure. Maybe it was a regular heart attack and the rejection acted afterwards, they don't know. She kept it a secret from everyone, so nobody knows. Maybe if she told me about it, I could have helped her. Maybe she'd still be alive. Maybe she would have faced alone instead of just dying in her sleep. Thinking about what ifs won't bring her back. I spent so much time hammering myself with what ifs after you told me she died. What if I waited to cool down a bit back then? What if I just swallowed my fears at that very moment? What if I'd apologized earlier? What if I'd given a chance to the Research Institute thing back then? The amount just increased threefold after I lashed out at you the other day. But today I realized something. Having such regrets with the dead is a hollow effort. You're alive, you're here. I can make amends with you, but I can't make amends with the dead. I can't apologize to her like I can't apologize to you right now. Jill. Lenore, she's resting now. She's just resting after having that heart condition all these years. She didn't have to face it alone though, she only. So let's celebrate her life and achievements. If we are to mourn, let's mourn her together. If we are to honor her, we'll do it together. Together? Lenore was a fun-loving person. The best we can do right now is try to lighten up, even if it's only for a moment. I need to ask though, did she really start to complain about chest pain shortly after I left? No. She didn't get visibly worse after you left or anything. Everything was actually too sudden. She did complain about chest pains from time to time, but that actually goes way back before you left. Back then we thought it was just acid reflux or something. Gods, I even blamed her death on you. I was just too angry back then. Part of me just wanted to put the blame on someone or something. You didn't deserve that. Sorry. Hey, I'm sorry too, you know? We both have things to apologize for. Don't think too much about it. I should have been mature and not shouted at you either, so let's just call that water under the bridge, shall we? Are you sure? Of course I am. So how did you find me exactly? Yeah. Well, have you heard of a message board called Danger You? So this is how, huh, Gabby? I might have heard of this board, yes. I visit it from time to time. And the other day, I read a thread that discussed the bar. In the description, the bartender sounded just like you. Are you mad? Not mad, more like dumbfounded. It makes sense if it's actually relevant to the plot that being described there. Can you tell me what the problem was back then? What sparked the fight? Weren't you happy with my sister? Back then, I didn't know what to do with myself after I graduated college. I went in and pretty much hated my last couple of years there. It's not far-fetched to think that I only tolerated being there because your sister was with me. Had she stopped supporting my studies, I would have quit right then and there. And then after graduating, I got a very good job offer that she accepted on my behalf in no time. She kept saying it was the best for me in my future, but I was livid. Why did she have to do that? I hated it. I didn't even know if I wanted to go there, but she still insisted so much. Like she was forcing that burden on me. And then my became our future, and she started talking about marriage. You were gonna get married? I don't think we ever took it seriously. It was just something she kept mentioning. Not like we didn't think about that down the line, but she mostly teased me with it. But the thought suddenly scared the shit out of me. I loved her, but I don't think I was ready for such a commitment. Especially considering what she did. I didn't know what I wanted to do, but I wasn't going to let her decide such a big thing for me. I mean, she could be really pushy from time to time. Like I said, I pretty much passed college thanks to being with her, and that was partly because she was so pushy. Even if she had the best intentions, she could be abrasive from time to time. And it rained down on me at that moment. She took it upon herself to make that choice for me. What would have stopped her once we'd gotten married? What if she suddenly decided to craft my life to her needs after marriage? I knew her. She would do it thinking it was the best for me. What about my freedom, my say in the matter? So that's where you stopped loving Lenore? No. I never stopped loving her, which is why it hurts so much. But you have to understand. I didn't want to wake up 40 years old and working a job I hate. Just out of routine, getting used to it. I wanted a break from everything for a while to put my thoughts in order. Regroup myself, think carefully about what to do next. I can understand. I've sometimes felt the same, although I'm not even in college. That's what led to you two fighting, huh? You know, the word fight makes it sound like we exchanged blows or something. It's also silly when I think back to it. Tragically silly. Maybe I was the one who started the fight, getting all defensive about not wanting to take the offer. Perhaps if I didn't overact her arguments about wasting this huge opportunity, maybe she wouldn't have lashed out at me this bad. It could have been avoided if I had just kept a cool head and talked about that with her. My sister said something like that. Eh? I told you she mentioned on more than one occasion how sorry she was about the whole thing, right? Should have listened to her at the end, but instead I kept pushing her. I should have kept a cool head instead of letting my jealousy get the best of me. It was her offer, not mine. Should have stopped projecting myself onto her. Something like that. We're quite the hotheads, you, me, my sis. You were supposed to be the mature one, you know? Play your role correctly. Why didn't you come back, Jill? Did you end up hating us that much? Did the break include us too? No, it's just that... Remember when your sister was giving a class and you broke a window? And you didn't want to see her for fear of being scolded? My sister wouldn't have scolded you. But I was afraid. Dead afraid. I couldn't bring myself to face your sister. But I faced her back then and I was like 7 at the time. Why couldn't you do it? It's not quite the same. And in perspective, no matter what reason I come up with, it will never make sense. Everything sounds very stupid when I look back, you know? Not that it makes things easier. I will never get to speak to her ever again, and it feels bad because it's stupid. I swear, you and my sister were meant for one another. You both moved on after all that, but neither had the courage to go back and say you're sorry. And like I said, berating myself over those past mistakes won't bring her back. I miss her so much, though. We were together all the time, always talking about dumb stuff. I wouldn't call my parents useless, but she was the one I could always talk to. I feel her absence every day. Everything is just so quiet now. She was an amazing person. Yeah, she was an amazing person. Mourning is fine and all, but we should be celebrating her life. If she was here, she would tell us that there's no fun in sulking for so long. She told you that all the time. The same way she told you to stop rubbing things in people's faces, both figuratively and literally. Hey, I was 8 back then. Let's have a toast in her honor, shall we? Yeah, let me get you a drink. A drink? Don't worry, trust me. Let's just get her a sugar rush with no alcohol in it, shall we? There we go. One final drink for the game. Grab this for a sec. Lenore, I know you're watching from this beyond right now, as I give a drink to your little sister. It's obvious to me now that we both meant to make amends at some point, but we never got around to it. I can't apologize to you anymore, but I can at the very least make you rest easier. So know that I'll look out for Gaby in your absence. I'll make sure Gaby grows into a fine woman, just like you were. I'll always be there for her. I'll be sure the little brat doesn't face the same problem you and I had. Hey! Want to add anything? I'll always miss her. Don't say it to me, say it to her. That's a bit... Come on, just this once. I'll always miss you, sis. Sis. Sis, you idiot. Why do you keep that secret for so long? Idiot. Idiot! I always told you everything. Wasn't I enough? You idiotic idiot! Hey Jill, promise me you won't be like that knucklehead. That you won't keep stuff like that to yourself. Only if you promise the same to me. And promise me we won't fight. I can't do that. Eh? You and I are both too thick-headed. Sooner or later we'll clash on some opinion. What I can promise is that I won't run away like last time. We'll both cool off and talk it over like the adults we are. I'm not an adult. Let's face it, you've been more mature than I have. Hey, did you mean what you said, that you'll look after me? I'll always be here for you, Gaby. I mean, I'm not Lenore, but I wouldn't dare leave my little sister alone. Jill. Hey, wasn't this a toast? Right, for Lenore, faithful sister and girlfriend. Cheers. Cheers. About this drink, can I drink it? Do you like it? Take a sip. It's not bad. Why not drink it then? You're with an adult. We might as well break the alcohol taboo here down. Jill, we didn't put anything in it. We didn't put anything in beer as a prank? It was April Fool's. I should have known better when she offered me apple soda. I put bubblegum on the soles of all her shoes in retaliation. She walked funny and my jaw hurt for the rest of the day. Did you know you got my drink that time? Huh? She gave me a beer and it turned out to be apple soda. Oh, did you get back at her? Well, I did hide all the dildos in the house that night, only to find out she knew how to use it. Oh, come on. No signal. Wait a second, who's showing up? As a follow-up, she used that same... Oh, no, use that in the salad, no. Like, eating me for lunch. Terrible, terrible. I'll tell you when you're older. This is terrible. Who does that? No one does that. Do people do that? Son of a bitch. Your parents know you're here? They think I'm at Claire's, actually. She's my best friend at school. And this Claire knows you're using her as an excuse, right? Of course. How would she cover for me otherwise? True. Will you go to her house afterwards? To be honest, I didn't think that far. Maybe I will. I do live in another district, but Claire doesn't live close by, so... Well, it can't be helped. I live nearby and the streets aren't exactly safe at night. Why not stay with me tonight? Are you sure? I don't live in a mansion, but I'd say it's comfy enough. At least to spend the night. Sure, I'd love to stay with you. Hey, does your dad still have that bakery? His bread was really good. Yep, he opened a second branch last year. But he's looking to expand? I think he got into a partnership with a friend in Motor District. Opportunity after realizing Motor District had almost no bakeries. I still remember when your sister introduced me to him. He started shouting, I knew it. I fucking knew you were a lesbian. Mark 1 for daddy. I think he had this bet with an acquaintance of his ever since my sis was 12 years old or so. Dad said sis was into girls. The acquaintance didn't believe him. He bet a beer on whether he was right or not. The beer bottle is still in the fridge. It's even labeled Sweet Victory. Your mom and Lenore never made up, did they? I guess that one wasn't as simple as the said one too many things argument. Mom was always obsessed with high society and her circle of friends. Lesbian daughter was a no-no. I'm still on my sis's side for that one, though. Mom didn't reject her because she herself was homophobic. She did it because her friends were. To Mom, the opinion of her circle of friends was worth more than her own daughter. How did she react to her death? Dunno. Mom and Dad broke up 2 years ago. They did? They never got married, so there was no proper divorce. I haven't seen her since August, I think. You must have felt alone, huh? I've been there. A bit, but I'm not alone anymore, thanks to you. Huh? I thought there was going to be a party here. Alma, over here. Party? A small New Year celebration. Want to stay for it? I don't want to be a kid to burden. Don't worry, you won't. You only get cola for the night, though. No alcohol. It'll give us time to catch up even more. I can introduce you to some friends. Are you in? If you don't mind me. Great. Hey, Alma, come here. There's someone I want to introduce you to. Introduce to you. I can read. I can read properly and not ruin the final moment, okay? I can do that. I just choose not to. I really like Valhalla. Perhaps I love Valhalla. I mean, I do, yeah. It's really, it's a good visual novel and game. I absolutely love its mechanics. I love the whole bartending mechanic to get different, like, plot lines and stuff and different things out of characters. I think it has a very, I love its story. I love a story that takes place as, like, the side characters in a cyberpunk situation. I think that's deeply interesting. And it's fantastic. And it's, you know, it's a real grounded story while taking place in a fantastic setting. And I think that's fantastic. And it's been fun replaying the whole thing, quite honestly. I think this is my third time playing it. Yeah, I want to say my third time. I don't know if it's the fourth, but I think it's the third. And it's unfortunate that I couldn't finish out the daily Valhalla on the days this year. But, you know, you can't help getting sick sometimes, especially when it's the kind of sick where you can't talk, literally. If it was a different kind of sickness, but I could still talk, that would be different. But, you know, you make do with what you can, right? You do what you gotta do. Yeah, Valhalla's wonderful. A lot of good characters in it. There's just, I don't know, I just really like it a lot. It's a good feeling. What do you think, Kingston? He's looking out the window. Are you not interested in this thing? There you go. Hello, fun. I'm reaching over to pet him. I can just reach him on his cat tree. Oh. Oh. What a good boy. Yeah, you're a good boy. Did you have fun? I did have fun. I even finally beat the Julianne game. Yep, I also got to meet. Oh no, that's not to me. That's this. That's Jill talking to Gaby. Yep, I also got to meet a cat boomer. Why did your boss hug you though? She's that kind of person. Now let's sleep. You were dozing off back there. I bet that was an intentional thing. You're right. Good night, Jill. We'll play some more tomorrow. Good night. "2016, man. Time goes by, jeez. This is still meaningful to me, cause when I first played this, it was when I was stuck in bed from a surgery going wrong. And while I was recovering, this is one of the things I played. While lying in bed while Kingston was next to me, comforting me. I just played through this. I really, really loved it. It was, it came at a very good time. And helped me, get through things, you know? Oh, endings time! Let's see which endings we got. This is good, really good. You have no idea how long I wanted some curry. I remember I meant to eat some, but then I had to pay for some drinks I spilled on the floor. I make, Japanese style curry pretty often. I ordered some more curry roe the other day, actually. It's gotta come in. Have some spicy. It's the least I can do after being such an obnoxious client. Yeah, about that. Mind if I ask something, Mr. Timothy Mercury? So you know? It's a small city. Turns out two very grateful girls soon became regulars and both of them are related to you. Yeah, how about that? So what's your question, bartender? Call me Jill. 2 questions, actually. The first one is, why do they brand you as a traitor? Because you killed the other guy? I don't know, it sounds weird considering the other guy assaulted 2 little girls. It was a cover-up. The guy was my superior. Higher ranking officer like him assaulting innocent civilians? That'd be unthinkable, on paper at least. On record, I heard the girls killed him before another unit subdued me, then escaped from their custody. In reality. That's all I need to know. Sorry for bringing it up. Yeah, it's interesting that Virgilio is actually like the relevant character to the past of Say and Stella. How'd you build this restaurant so fast? It's a small city. Turns out 2 very grateful girls tracked me down to thank me. One of them was rich and the other noticed I smelled like curry. Those 2 really nice girls, huh? They didn't deserve what that bastard did to them. Excuse me. Oh, speaking of the angels. Timmy, 2 special curries, please. Oh, hi, Jill. It's all coming together. At least don't go in order, do they? I can't believe I'm actually here. The concert will begin any second now. Yeah! I've never seen her so openly excited before. Don't talk too loudly or you'll startle her. It's always nice to see her so happy she doesn't give a damn and lets herself go. Look at them! Look how cute they all are at the concert. Stella, how many do you need? How many light sticks, glow sticks do you need? My goodness. Sure you don't mind me? Of course not. That way I won't be the only one with little clue as to what's going on. Is it true that you've served this Kiramiki girl at the bar? As amazing as it sounds. Really nice girl, a bit oblivious to the risks some people represent. She doesn't mind stalkers and such. Yeah, that's a problem. Arm's doing fine, eyes healing nicely, and I can sleep better at night. Just what transpired inside the bank. It's not important anymore. What's important is that Stella will get me a job after I heal. She will? She's rebuilding a new armor set for me and wants me to be her bodyguard. I'd be paid for something I do anyways, and I'll get to spend more time with her. That's nice. I'd like to spread out and help more people, but it's a nice start. Gonna be a vigilante then? Maybe. She's coming out! It's her! It's actually her! Are you here, Jill? This song is for you. What? Nani? Very adorable. I like that they kind of just don't tell us what happens in some of the situations there. You gotta have a little bit of intrigue to make your world feel lived in and real, right? The sleepover thing. You'd have to accept, you know? Shut up. I'm having a good time. Even Gabby's having fun. Relax a bit. Yeah, whatever. You know, you remind me a bit of my sis. I do? How? You always manage to get a reaction from Jill. Sis always said that Jill acknowledging your presence is the best way to know she likes you. You're talking too much, Gabby. Aw. It's different with you, though. With my sis, Jill was more frustrated. Like this one time when she bought her a shirt that... You're talking too much, little girl. A shirt that what? That had a pic of a cucumber on it. Cucumber? Ouch, what are you doing with my hair? Sorry, I got stuck in one of my fingers. Seriously. I'm a bit like Lenore then? No, you just remind me of her a bit. Moreover, my sister wasn't as what this girl's trying to say is that with your tits and ass, you could build a Lenore and a half out of the mass. Just means there's enough to share with both of you. Share? You're talking too much, Alma. This is the 15th. Yeah, the guy had a fantasy about a woman castrating him. I tried for an hour to convince him it's a bad idea, and I finally got to him. We finally moved to the bedroom, and it turns out the guy had a weird implant where his testicles should be. It's basically a removable ball sack. I suppose the guy really liked that fantasy and made sure he could live it out properly. I once saw a guy in the hospital emergency room after being castrated. Oh my goodness. I wonder if it's the same guy. I have enough problems with just one, you know? Just one what? I'm just listening to one of your anecdotes. You told me about the Neo Tijuana thing, and now this. Don't you have a more subdued story? Come on, Joe, you're an adult. You can take that much. Shut up, Anna. Interrupting hanging out with Dorothy, please. Last time I spoke to my mom, I asked her the story of her daughter. Turns out her name was Anna. Gasp! Huh. And now you pretend it's a surprise? Quiet you. We figured that one out already. She fought against nanomachine rejection for most of her life. She even lost a girlfriend she made in the hospital to that same sickness. Apparently sometime after she got out of treatment, a truck hit her and killed her. But even then, she was amazing. She was? Eh? Yeah, she kept up her studies while still in the hospital. She was a self-taught honor student. Not only that, but she also ranked among the top 5 candidates in at least 3 college administration exams. She also played the piano and guitar. Well, being confined to a room does that, I guess. I mean, fully able-bodied people can barely do half that, but she practically accomplished all that by herself. And she also beat nanomachine rejection, a disease that only 2% of humans suffer and even less survive. It took a trucking truck to take her down. She was great, and to think I'm sort of like her sister. Silly Becky. Honey, did you say something? I did not. Weird, I swear I heard somebody call me Silly Becky. Come again? It's not uncommon for me to hear stuff from far away and think I've heard it nearby, but... You're the only one nearby that knows my real name, so it was weird. Oh well, as I was saying, the ball sack guy. Did she hear something? Hear Anna for a brief moment there? August. Way out in the future. Guess this is where we part ways, huh? Sadly, I'm bound to this city. I can only falsify my identity effectively around here. I really want to thank you, Chief, for the second chance you gave me. If we ever cross paths again, Zal. Jill, we're leaving for like a week and a half or something. Don't be so dramatic. Honestly, come on. But and you're taking care of my apartment. We will cross paths before I live there. The time you spend setting up a useless farewell could be used to asking me things about the place. Like where the switches and valves are. I already know. They're in that control panel you made. But I like talking about that control panel. I'm proud of it. Speaking of obsessive likes, Jill, stop calling Armitage. She'll take care of your 4-ball just fine. I'm not worried about him, I'm worried about me. I've never been away from 4 this long. I don't know what I'll do. You'll do just fine. You did pretty well for the last 25 years before finding him. Yes, but we're leaving. I am so like that. When I leave for like a trip or something, I stress about Kingston so badly. Don't I, you lovable fruit ball? Yeah. My baby and I love him. I left you a box of condom. Oh, come on. You what? Hey, if he wants to bring his new girlfriend over here, I want him to be ready. On one condition, if you're gonna fuck like rabbits, stay away from my room. I have too many pics of my Emoto there and I don't want their eyes. Little sister? Oh my goodness. Then just say little sister. Yeah, whatever. First stop, Panama. Yes, Panama? Well, you know where that's gonna end up someday. Here you can now save heart data, including heart data from the title screen or bar. We'll let you start over from day 1 while keeping your items and money. Thank you for playing. I do have to do that. I have all these Duke Game Plus files. I should actually do it so I can buy all the nano camo stuff and all the other things in the game. So I can finally get the final achievement of buying everything. But the only real way to do that is to open up New Game Plus with like ridiculous amounts of money and then just purchase everything. What a good game. I think I just got all the endings except the ending you get if you don't pay your rent. And then you get stuck in cozy hell. But that's it for the main game of Valhalla. I love it dearly, and it's wonderful, and thank you all for watching this. This won't be the end of the episodes though, because we have the whole Anna sequence that's after the fact. Is it over here? Right, there's the Anna demo, but then there's this over here. And this is a little post-game thing, and we'll be checking that out tomorrow. So, done with the main game, but it's not over yet. We gotta do that, and well, there's also the Valhalla Kids now, isn't there? So, I'll see you there for that. Take care, everyone.